Welcome to Mancester Utd Transfer HQ, the home of daily football and transfer updates. Subscribe now and join the community of true football lovers. Never miss a moment from the beautiful game. My first news is Man United plot shock £60 million Premier League transfer swoop with 2 stars set for exit. Manchester United want to strengthen their midfield and are eyeing a Premier League star who Red Devils boss Ruben Amorim has become a big fan of after keeping tabs on his talent. Manchester United are planning to launch a £60 million move for Crystal Palace star Adam Wharton, with club bosses believing a bid in that region would be good enough to tempt the Eagles to sell their sought-after playmaker. The Red Devils were unable to strengthen their midfield last summer despite it being one of their priorities, but they have plans to do so ahead of next season, with Ruben Amorim's preferred pairing of Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes coming under scrutiny this season. Amorim has kept close tabs on Wharton's progress at Selhurst Park and has become a huge fan of the midfielder, per the Daily Star. And the Portuguese coach is said to believe the talented 21-year-old has the technical abilities to be a huge success at United. The report adds that both Kobbie Mainoo and Casemiro are expected to leave Old Trafford. The former has not made a Premier League start this term and could move to Napoli on loan in January, while Casemiro is out of contract next year. Wharton is one of the most sought-after talents in the Premier League following a remarkable rise in the last 2 years. United's target became one of Blackburn's top stars before joining Crystal Palace from the Lancashire club for £18 million in February 2024. Wharton quickly settled into the Premier League and earned a spot in Gareth Southgate's squad for the Euros that summer. And the midfield ace has earned an integral role under Oliver Glasner at Palace as they earned FA Cup success and qualified for European football. Wharton's reputation only continues to grow. United opted to spend £200 million on their forward line this summer, adding Benjamin Sesko, Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha to their squad in an attempt to solve their goal-scoring woes. And now early work is being planned to tempt Palace into letting go their most promising star. After he was already linked to a move in August, the Eagles have proven willing to part ways with their top talent for the correct price. Over the summer, they sold Erik to Arsenal in a £67.5 million deal, while Michael Ollis departed for Bayern Munich 12 months before. Amorim could find himself short a midfielder before the end of the season. Napoli are confident of landing Mainoo, who like Wharton enjoyed a meteoric rise for a place at Euro 2024, on loan in January. My second news is next. Jude Bellingham ready to sign for Man United to replace Casemiro in January. Manchester United are looking for a successor to Casemiro and may move for a target in January. Manchester United currently find themselves at a crossroads. The club have struggled throughout recent times, but the board appear to retain faith that improvement is around the corner. Minority shareholder and head of Ineos Sir Jim Ratcliffe spoke publicly in support of under fire head coach Ruben Amorim earlier this week, stating that he is ready to give the Portuguese 3 years to demonstrate he is a great coach. Should the club decide to remain loyal to Amorim, the January transfer window could prove a crucial opportunity to bring in the signings he needs to further implement his demanding style of play. 3 consecutive home wins have been promising, but the fear remains that United lack legs in the middle of the park and can be easily overran by better sides. High on Amorim's wish list late in the summer window was a midfielder, and that looks set to be the case again in January. Man United have been linked in recent days with a shock move for Jude Bellingham, who only just signed for Borussia Dortmund in a £28 million move from Sunderland in the summer. The 20-year-old has found game time hard to come by, making just 3 starts and not earning a spot in the starting 11 in the league since August. He could, therefore, be tempted by the opportunity to depart and become a key figure at Old Trafford. Reports from Germany have begun to emerge that Bellingham is growing frustrated and somewhat unhappy with his situation at Dortmund, feeling he is not being given enough game time or the opportunity to show what he can do for his new club. Sport Bild reported earlier this week that Job has been put on an individual training program and is not necessarily viewed as a player who is ready to lead the Dortmund midfield immediately. This is not the first time this season that such reports surrounding the adaptation of the former Sunderland star have emerged, as Sky Sports Germany revealed that the Bellingham parents were involved in an incident in the tunnel after Job was taken off at halftime of Dortmund's 3-3 draw with St. Pauli. In August, Father Mark had a heated exchange with sporting director Sebastian Kell, who reacted by banning family members from the tunnel and all areas around the Dortmund dressing rooms. amidst the controversy which has surrounded Bellingham's opening months in Dortmund, Man United should take the opportunity to swoop for the midfielder in January, as he could prove a transformational figure in Amorim's midfield. Comparisons with Jude sometimes take away from just how talented his younger brother is. With the belief remaining that Job could become a top midfielder in the years to come, be that at Dortmund or elsewhere, United would be smart to take the risk and secure his signing in January while uncertainty over his future in Germany persists. The pressure to start at United would be massive, granted, but Job has shown in his short career so far that he has what it takes to step up and deliver. Not to mention, it would be great to finally see one of the Bellingham brothers play in the Premier League. My third news: forgotten Man United flop set to be offered Old Trafford escape route to Turkey. Manchester United outcast Tyrell Malaysia has been handed the chance to end his nightmare at Theatre of Dreams, while Galatasaray leading the race for his signature. Galatasaray are leading the race to sign Manchester United outcast Tyrell Malaysia. The Turkish giants have put Malaysia on their summer shopping list, and are confident of luring him to Istanbul. Malaysia has made his mind up to leave United at the end of this season. His relationship with manager Ruben Amorim has broken down, and is said to be beyond repair. The Dutch international became part of the infamous bomb squad at United, which was frozen out from the first-team picture. Malaysia was told to find a new club in the summer, but saw a move to Spanish side Elche collapse in the final week of the transfer window, but he will become a free agent in June, and is desperate to get out of Old Trafford that he became Erik ten Hag's first signing when he joined United from Feyenoord in a £15 million deal in 2022. But he has failed to make a significant impact at United, making just 16 starts in the Premier League. Amorim has since signed two left-sided wingbacks in the shape of Patrick Dorgu and Diego Leon, leaving Malaysia as the forgotten man. After a failed deadline day move to Elche, the 26-year-old was surprisingly included in United's registered squad for the current Premier League season. Ruben Amorim shed some light on this decision earlier in the season. He is returning with contact with the ball with the under-21s, then we will see. After training with the academy, Malaysia has now been brought back into the first-team group, potentially setting the stage for his return to a Premier League matchday squad. My fourth news is Manchester United set to compete with Barcelona for in-form La Liga hitman valued at €30 million. The Cameroonian international has had a sensational start to the new season, and his performances have placed him on the wishlist of some of the biggest clubs in Europe. Manchester United and Barcelona are two of the biggest clubs that are interested in the 21-year-old striker. According to a report from Fishages, the Premier League giants are ready to rival the Spanish club for Etta Ayong's signature. Etta Ayong's sensational summer. The Cameroonian striker got promoted to Villarreal's first team in the summer and made a sensational start to the season. Levante then ended up striking a deal with the Yellow Submarine, and he has carried on in a similar fashion since making the switch. In his 8 league outings, the 21-year-old has 5 goals and 3 assists. His performances haven't gone unnoticed, as top clubs are ready to battle for his signature. However, they won't be able to secure his services until next summer, as he has already worn 2 shirts this season. Villarreal and Levante, European giants, want Etta Ayong. But that isn't going to stop the likes of Manchester United and Barcelona from making a move. The Red Devils have initiated contacts as they look to get ahead of the competition. They see him as a great option to bolster their attack in the short as well as the long run. Ruben Amorim's team are all set to rival Barcelona, who have a long-standing interest in the 21-year-old. They wanted to sign him during the summer, but the salary cap prevented them from securing his services. The player dreams of playing for Hansi Flick's team, and they are expected to return for his signature next summer. The Catalan giants have maintained a great relationship with the players' camp following their talks during the summer, and it could certainly aid their chances of landing him. While he is protected by a €30 million release clause, the 21-year-old could be available for just €15 million because of an unusual agreement with Villarreal, who still retain a part of his transfer rights. My last news is Manchester United readying €90 million offer to beat Arsenal and Chelsea to attacking sensation. Manchester United are preparing a €90 million offer to beat rivals Arsenal and Chelsea to the signature of Juventus sensation Kenan Yildiz. The Turkish sensation's future has become one of the biggest talking points following his impressive performances for Juventus. The 20-year-old winger has established himself as one of their mainstays, and his work hasn't gone unnoticed. Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester United are all keen on signing the Turkish wonderkid, and according to a report from Fishages, the Red Devils are gearing up to make a €90 million offer to beat the competition to his signature. Yildiz joined Juventus in the summer of 2022 from Bayern Munich. He went up the ranks and got promoted to the first team towards the end of 2023. The 20-year-old has cemented his spot in their starting 11 with his exceptional attacking abilities, vision, and consistent performances. The Turkish international has 6 goal contributions in his 8 outings in the new season. While he prefers playing on the flanks, Yildiz has done an exceptional job as a number 10. His versatility and massive potential have placed him on the radar of some of the biggest clubs in the world. London clubs are keen on signing Yildiz. Chelsea are one of the clubs that are keen on his signature. The Blues project revolves around signing the best young players, and they do consider the Turkish forward an ideal fit. However, they already have a lot of options in the final third, and their financial situation isn't that great. While Arsenal haven't been extensively linked with the 20-year-old, they do continue to monitor him ahead of a potential transfer. The Gunners have been looking for an upgrade on the left flank for some time, and Yildiz can certainly help their cause. Manchester United prepare a blockbuster offer. The London clubs will face significant competition from rivals Manchester United. Despite having added a lot of firepower this summer, Ruben Amorim's team are still in the market for more quality in the final third. They want to invest in players for the long run. The 20-year-old is seen as an ideal fit for their project. As a result, they are gearing up to make a €90 million investment to beat the competition. However, they will need to persuade Juventus to part with one of their most prized assets and convince Yildiz that their project offers the best path for his development. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Mancester Utd Transfer HQ, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest transfer news and rumors. One more thing, what are your thoughts on these updates? Comment below.